Hi everyone, Stanley Jones here again. I just want to talk briefly of police violence. So most police are good people trying to do their job and do their job properly. There are, as everywhere, a few bad apples. But there's a few things that have to be highlighted. Very often when a police kills someone in the line of duty, there is the perception that it was justified. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's nebulous, and sometimes it isn't. I want to talk about the nebulous ones because often I've seen videos of these incidents where the police is yelling, drop the weapon, drop the knife, drop the gun, and the person who ends up being shot doesn't have a knife or a gun or a weapon. Sometimes they have a cell phone, sometimes they have nothing, but this is an issue. The thing is that the police officer may actually think the person has a weapon and is yelling, drop the weapon. The person doesn't have a weapon and can't really drop it. And things can go really bad from there. It's hard to say how you would react in such a situation. It is a very stressful situation, and we know that humans don't behave very well in stressful situations. Astronauts and several other jobs require that they train to react properly under stress. Under sleep deprivation, they have to react correctly, otherwise their life may come to an abrupt end in some of these jobs, like astronauts. And other people depend on them. So they have to go through the stress training where they learn to think clearly even under stress. And that is not entirely successful. No matter how much training, it is more difficult to think clearly under stress than when you're calm. It's just the way humans are. But if you have no training to think clearly under stress, then you're far more likely to not think clearly under stress. So in jobs where stress is a factor and where acting correctly is important, training to think clearly under stress is a must. But there is a little bit more there. In some cases, it nearly looks as if the cop saying, drop that weapon, is setting himself up as a self-defense. It actually seems as if they expect that that person is going to die and they can claim that they thought he had a weapon. I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm saying there's a couple of videos where it nearly looks that way. So the cop has to be more than just doing the right thing and more than just thinking clearly. Killing somebody because they have a weapon is, generally speaking, not justified. It is only justified if they're going to be using that weapon against you. Now, I know that in that stressful situation, it's easy to think that the person is going to be using the weapon against you. But it's not necessarily the case. And that's where it gets tricky. But the only solution is training. You have to train the cops to deal with stress. You have to train the cops to be able to tell the difference between a cell phone, a knife, a gun, other weapon. And it may sound like I'm being funny, but I'm not. Under stressful situations, determining what the person has in their hands can be far more difficult than you think. And it's only through training that you can do it correctly all the time, even under stressful conditions. So that's my 2 cents worth on that matter. Thank you. Have a good day.